In this video, I'm going to go over the pros and cons of living in Buenos Aires, Argentina. If you've been to Buenos Aires, Argentina, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to the pros. So first, I'm going to start with the pros. If you've been to Buenos Aires, Argentina, you just don't feel like you're in Latin America anymore. It boasts a very cosmopolitan lifestyle mixed with the Latin American culture. How would I describe Buenos Aires? It's basically Spain, French, and Italy all put together. It's got rich culture, amazing dining, and everybody is dressed to the nines wherever you go. When you're comparing Buenos Aires to other parts of the world, it's generally a low cost of living. I've done a full video on the cost of living right up here. The cost of living is becoming more and more expensive for Argentinians as restaurants have doubled and even in some cases tripled. So for the local Argentinians, it's becoming quite expensive all across Argentina. But when I'm comparing it to North America, Canada, or even Europe, it's actually considered quite inexpensive. I live in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, and I would actually compare it to the cost of living there. Another pro, Argentina is known for meat and wine. And oh my, incredible. If you like Malbec or you like any type of rich red or any type of meat, definitely come to Buenos Aires, Argentina. The healthcare system is definitely a pro in Buenos Aires. It's got an amazing public healthcare system, but it's got a lot of upgrades for the private healthcare system. Buenos Aires definitely has a vibrant social scene. There is so much to do and everyone is out no matter which day of the week it is, especially on the weekends. Friday and Saturday, be prepared to go out with friends or experience any of the many restaurants. Some of them are even rated on the Michelin star system. Another major pro is the access to services. If you're into fitness and exercising, there is parks everywhere in this area. Loads of running tracks, cycling, and outdoor workouts, all for relatively cheap or even free. Also, public transport is quite cheap. We caught the bus for 1,000 pesos or roughly $1. Taxis and Ubers are also quite cheap when you're comparing it to other parts of the world. Now we're gonna get into the cons. Argentina just got a new president a year ago, and he has made it very, very difficult for a lot of Argentinians with very high inflation and pretty much everything in the city doubling or even tripling in price. If you're retiring here, you will be okay. But for the local retirees, he's literally made it impossible. And because of this, there is a lot of local protests. Some are safe and some have even turned violent. But because of Buenos Aires being so large, there was a violent protest in the news. But in other areas of Buenos Aires, it was like business as usual. Another con would be the bureaucracy. I've heard that a lot of locals or foreigners going through the residency process, things can take quite a long time, which this also brings me to my next con, which is timing. You have to understand this is Latin America still, and things can take a very long time if you're comparing it to other parts like North America or Europe. But keep in mind, I've said this before, in Buenos Aires, you definitely don't feel like you're in Latin America. I filmed a real estate video and he apologized for being 5 minutes late. Now, if I were to do this video in Mexico, I would expect them to be 30 minutes late. In the news, this could be a con or a pro. In the news, a lot of people talk about the crime rate in Buenos Aires. Yes, there is a lot of pickpocketing. We're in a park, we're very aware of our surroundings, and we're in a big open space with lots of people around. You have to be aware anywhere you go in any major city. This could be in North America or anywhere else. The crime rate typically is 4.4 to every 100,000 people being murdered. For the size of Buenos Aires, the crime rate is actually quite low when you're comparing it to other areas in North America. So here you just have to be aware of the pickpockets, any assaults or murders you really just don't hear of being down here. Now, if you're a North American or a European, a con would be the distance. It is a long ways from home. I'm from Vancouver. I'm literally on the other side of the planet. So I would call that a con if you're a North American or a European. But when you come down here, you'll understand why it is so amazing. Another con, and this can be taken any way, is the language barrier. There is a lot of people here that speak English, but they do prefer to speak Spanish. Some of the other videos and collaborations that I've created in Buenos Aires, people have said to me that they don't have a chance to speak English, so they're worried about stuttering. For those videos, go right up here because they didn't stutter at all. And the last but not least, the last con would be the political protests. Now, there's political protests pretty much everywhere in the world, but here, the government isn't really working with its citizens, and it's made it very, very difficult for the citizens to live in Argentina. That's why you see so many Argentinians leaving, and you'll see a lot of Argentinians in Mexico, in Spain, and other parts of the world because of this. So in the comment section below, I invite you to let me know what your biggest takeaway was, and let me know if I'm missing anything. In the meantime, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and watch the next video.